Ever wonder what it's really like being a designer in this industry? Come with me, Linda of LH.Designs, the Blasian designer, as I bounce from showrooms, parties, openings, projects, catching editors, designers, artists, insiders, and more, asking the questions no one prepped for, but everyone's thinking. Real talk, quick fire, and insider info you won't get anywhere else. From swatches to samples, no script, no filter, just bold takes on all things design. This is Off the Cuff Unfiltered. Let's get into it. We start at the Female Gaze, a powerful exhibition curated by Yael Wolfhart, or better known as the Art Wolf. She's not just organizing shows, she's shifting narratives. Each piece, including these bold portraits by Justina Blakeney, is part of the larger story Yael's telling. One of strength, perspective, and unapologetic strong women's voices. Moving through the space, you feel Yael's touch everywhere. Thoughtful, layered, intentional. Even the artists themselves show up to support her vision. Sculptures rested, leaned, and stood tall like they knew they were here to be seen. Yael's curation brings that balance, where art isn't just shown, it's felt. That final pedestal moment, pure power. Yael and I always love catching up, yapping about what's next, what's new, and what's actually going on behind the scenes in the design world. One of my favorite things about Art Wolf shows is the materials and mood that Yael plays with. Cool toned metals, layered textures, shadows that feel sculpted just like the art. You don't just look at her exhibits, you move through them like you're part of the installation. Every piece feels intentional, but nothing ever feels forced. It's raw, elegant, and just the right amount of unexpectedness. You know the drill. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss what's next. She always commands the room and lights up next to artist pieces like here at Collective Form, standing next to one of her artists' work by Dopez. You can feel how much she cares about the people behind the art. They aren't just the pieces on the wall to her.
Like perfect. Where are you going?
We've had our share of dinners together with the amazing team at Zephyr and always have a ton of laughs and find ourselves having fun at after parties. Anywhere she goes, Yael is always giving fabulousness. Even up in NorCal, she's delivering rockstar vibes with humor and design descriptions of hotels.
I really feel like Paddington Bear in here. Everything
Oh,
is like
really?
gingham and
We always have fun together, and I'm always there to support woman empowerment. Yael's storytelling is a reflection of her fire, her vision, her voice. Let's step into her world.
Thanks for coming for Off the Cuff for Design LA Week. So introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Yael Wolfhart. I am the Art Wolf.
Ooh.
I represent contemporary women artists in sculpture, painting, and photography.
Awesome. So we're here off the cuff, and I have some fun questions for you. You ready?
Okay.
What's the first piece of art? What's the first piece of art you ever fell in love with?
That is a good question. I'm not sure about falling in love, but when I was young, we grew up with my great-grandmother's paintings in my house, and she started painting in oils when she was in her 70s. And there was one piece in particular that always made an impression on me because it was a little bit scary. You know, as a kid, you kind of become obsessed with those things, and it was actually like of a shadow of an outline, and it was only when I got older that my parents told me, oh, you can actually see that the face, and I had been looking at the inverse of it the whole time, you know? And I thought it was like a scary owl, but then you could see it was like a person's face in like silhouette.
That's cool.
So I don't know, that's something that popped in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds amazing. Okay, so sculpture or canvas, what's your current obsession?
Oh, that is very difficult question, and it's impossible for, it's like deciding your favorite child. I cannot. Right now we have a show of paintings by Justina Blakeney happening, so I'm obsessed with her large scale paintings that she's been doing lately.
As am I.
But sculpture really holds a place in my heart. I will make a stand and say, in general, it's been my experience that artists are either really talented at three-dimensional work or two-dimensional work. Might be controversial.
Yeah. Okay, if Art Wolf Gallery had a theme song, what would it be?
Oh my god, I don't know. Okay, so I've obviously like tried to look this up on Instagram. So Shakira has a song called She Wolf.
Oh yes!
So I guess be it, or just like a bunch of women howling at the moon together in unison. Oh, you know, that could be like.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
That makes total sense.
Yeah, something original like that.
Okay. Wildest place you've ever sourced a piece from?
Oh my gosh, you don't want to know what the inside of some of these artists' studios is like. I mean, I really work with a select group of artists. Right now I have 6 that I work with, so I don't know if I have too many scary stories.
That's okay. I mean,
I will say that when I was doing the last show last year at the Pacific Design Center, the Female Gaze, we had 7 contemporary women artists, sculpture, painting, and photography. And one of the very young artists, the 20-year-old Sophia Peters, who happens to be like my second cousin, she's a student at UCLA, and when we came to pick up the painting to take it, it was still wet. And she came out with her girlfriend holding the painting, and we were like, okay. And she's like, can you just like keep it upright until it dries?
oh my god!
So we did manage to. I mean, it was, you know, she got it to us on time, technically. So, but just young people.
That's crazy. I love that though. I probably was like, okay.
Like, all right, we'll hang it.
Yeah.
Dry on the wall.
Okay. What's one art trend you secretly wish would go away?
There's a lot. You know what's funny? I just had this realization, really, I'm not really into abstract art. When I think about the artists that I represent and the work I have is all very figurative or realistic.
That's true.
Yeah, because I do think that there is a trend towards too abstract, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like, you know, there's something about Malevich's black queer in history, but like I don't need to see a million black queers that are produced today.
Yeah, true.
So I really like to see like the talent and the work and the tenacity kind of that went into making a piece.
Yeah.
You know, like
I hear
like
that.
to sit in the front row of the theater to see that sweat on the actor's brow. Like when I look at a painting, I want to see like what went into it, you know, talent.
Actual talent, sweat, and tears.
And a point of view and something to say, you know? Give me something to say. Give me a statement, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not just like a bunch of bullshit. Okay.
Yeah.
Dream artist, living or dead, you'd love to host in the gallery.
Oh my gosh. Well, it was Justina Blakeney, and I got her.
Yeah.
I guess I'm
Next dream.
I know. I have to manifest my next artist.
Yeah.
There are a couple artists that I love that I have my eye on. So I won't say anything, but watch this space.
Okay, we will. What's your personal favorite corner of the spaces and galleries you've done, and why?
I guess I would have to say right now at our show at Una Casa Privada, which is Una Milan's private house here in the Hollywood Hills. In the living room, there's sort of 2 steps up to this, almost like a stage area, and that's where we have the piece de resistance of the show, California Poppy. And then on the sides, we have Unplug and we have Open Your Hairs, which are also two very significant works by the artist. So I call it the trifecta that we have in that corner. And there's very, very powerful energy and profoundness coming from all three of those pieces. So I would say that is pretty special right now.
Yeah, and I love how like you're very conscious about where the pieces are placed, because like to me it's not like, oh, we're just gonna put some pieces here and there, you know, just to show off. Like it makes sense and like tells a story, which I really love.
Thank you.
Finish the sentence. Art should always make you feel
inspired.
That is definitely true. You need a lot of inspiration right now in the world. Okay. Most surprising thing about working in the art world?
I actually like to say that I mostly work in the design world because I have discovered this interior design community here in Los Angeles, and I think it's really special and I love it so much, and I constantly meet people like you who are like other fascinating, amazing women who are, you know, creative and expressing themselves, and we're all here for the same reasons. We live here because we like the same things about it, and that really inspires me, you know, being with other women.
Yeah,
Like that, yeah.
I love that. Okay, last question. What's something people totally get wrong about contemporary art?
People think they don't understand it. I don't get it. And I'm here to tell you that you do. I made a whole speech last year, but you know, we have designers, you know, at this level where you're specifying, you know, the finest, for like the furniture and the lighting and the fabrics are of the finest quality, and then the art sometimes doesn't match that. And I'm here to say that you understand it. You know, you think something is bullshit, it is. You think something is good, it is. You stand in front of a piece of art and you feel something, it's good. You feel something, trust that feeling.
I agree. Well, thank you for doing Off the Cuff with me.
Thank you, Linda, that was fun.
From powerful pieces to galleries full of personality, Yael of Art Wolf brings art to life in the boldest way. Every show she curates leaves an imprint, one that lingers long after you've left the room. You can follow her on Instagram at artwolfgallery and see more of her work at artwolfgallery.com. We love a good gallery moment, but we live for the behind-the-scenes laughs. And that's what Off the Cuff Unfiltered is all about. Creativity, community, and those unexpected moments that remind us not to take it all too seriously. Catch you in the next one.
I know. I don't understand. Yeah, it's for my